Hi. Now you are going to take notes 3 on point slope form. You should have already taken notes 2 on slope intercept form. And in those notes, I let you know that there are 3 forms of a line. So we're going to learn how to graph a line, a straight line on a coordinate plane, 3 different ways. The first was slope intercept form. That's when you're given the slope and the y-intercept and you graph it. Point slope form, which we're going to practice now, and then standard form, which will be for next week. Point slope form, you might gather from the name that from the equation and point slope form, you're given a point on the line and the slope of the line. So this is the general form. Again, we have all kinds of letters. In the last one, we had an M and a B. This time, you notice that we have M's and B's and X1s and Y1s and an X and a Y. X and Y, the plane X and Y are going to stay in the equation. They are always going to just be there. They're representing my point on an ordered pair. M stands for the same thing as it did before. M stands for the slope. So whatever is the coefficient of this group is going to be the slope. And then I'm going to be given a point. X1, the number that's being subtracted from X, is the X value in the point. And Y1, the number that's being subtracted from Y, is the Y value. This is a quick example. You might have a problem. This is what it looks like. Y minus 2 is equal to 1/3 times X minus 1. This is a line in point slope form. From this, I can see that my slope is 1/3. That's the number in front of the intercept. And my point I get from the numbers that are being subtracted from the X and the Y. So my point is 1 because X1 is 1, 2 because Y1 is 2. And so this is the information I can gather from the point slope form. Now, you might be thinking, Mrs. Roebuck, you have told me that I'm always supposed to add the opposite whenever I see subtraction. And that's true, except with point slope form. And I know that's super annoying to hear, but if you look in this general equation, can you see how this general equation has subtraction signs? That means I want subtraction signs. Normally, I don't want subtraction signs. I try to get rid of them. But because my general formula has subtraction, I'm looking if there are subtraction, then it's positive. So this is going to be a little bit backwards. Okay. I want to see if we can write an equation of the line given the slope and the point. So my general formula is y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Again, the y and the x are going to stay, and so I'm going to fill in with the given information. This point is the point 1. You can remember from when we did slope, it was x is the first, y is the second, and if this is point 1, this is x1 and y1. So if I'm going to write the equation y minus y1, well, y1 is 3. So y minus 3 is equal to m. M is the slope. 3/2 times x minus x1. x1 is 1. So this, you have successfully written an equation for a line in point slope form. Let's practice graphing it. When you're graphing, the first thing, just like with slope intercept form, you always wrote down the slope and the point. Slope and the y-intercept. I want you to write down the slope and the point. The slope is pretty straightforward. It's 1/2. The point is a little tricky. If you remember, it's y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So I can see that this is my x value and 1 is my y value, but something a little funny is happening here. This is a plus sign. My formula is a minus sign. And so when I take this x value, I kind of have to think about it as x minus a -3. I'm undoing that, adding the opposite, because I need it to be a minus. So my x value is really a -3, and my